Well, welcome viewers. Dr. J.W. Ayub, theologist since 1994. We're in Muhammad, so near the revelation, so far from the Saviour. Episode 28, when public conformity started becoming survival. Viewers, the pressure no longer needs to speak loudly now. People have started learning the atmosphere. That is the difference. Civilized Arabia still moves beneath ordinary rhythms. Markets remain crowded, the caravans continue crossing the Arabian trade arteries, while public life outwardly appears stable beneath the desert heat. Yet underneath the visible civilization, behaviour itself is beginning to reorganize around social survival inside Muhammad's movement. A younger follower notices how quickly public tension and public hesitation now changes the emotional atmosphere surrounding a gathering. Another watches a man publicly repeat stronger convictions that he privately carries because visible certainty increasingly protects reputation, trust, and belonging. Nobody fully instructs him to do it. The environment teaches him. The transformation matters enormously, because once movements become emotionally consolidated, conformity begins operating socially before coercion ever becomes formalized institutionally. A clay cup slips slightly against a stone. Several conversations pause instinctively. Eyes shift. People recalibrate themselves before speaking again, and nobody wants unnecessary attention attached to uncertainty now. The degeneration deepens there, not through open brutality initially, through behavioural conditioning, through emotional consequence, through public reward and private fear. A man who once spoke cautiously now condemns outsiders more aggressively than he truly feels internally, because strong public alignment increases signals of loyalty inside Muhammad's movement. Another privately suppresses moral discomfort after noticing how quickly hesitation reduces social confidence surrounding certain individuals. The atmosphere, viewers, increasingly trains people. What earns protection? What creates suspicion? What strengthens belonging? What becomes dangerous publicly? And civilized Arabia still outwardly carries trade, ritual continuity, tribal authority, and ordinary social movement beneath the Arabian night. But inside Muhammad's movement, behavioural adaptation is accelerating quietly beneath devotion itself. Nobody openly says perform certainty. Nobody needs to. The room already understands. A lantern flickers while tired faces study one another more carefully than before. Certain personalities now speak with emotional authority, difficult to challenge openly without consequence afterward. Others increasingly monitor themselves before speaking at all. And the movement no longer merely shapes belief, it shapes public behaviour. How people present conviction, how they regulate emotion, how they survive socially. And perhaps this becomes one of the defining transitions in the trajectory ahead. Public conformity increasingly becomes safer than private honesty. The order still fears the proclamation publicly, but inside the movement, another structure is quietly strengthening. A culture where visible alignment increasingly determines emotional security, trust, and rational survival. And outside, the caravans still move beneath the desert darkness. Sacred structures still stand publicly. Yet inside the movement, conscience is beginning to negotiate with visibility itself. And once public conformity becomes emotionally necessary for social survival, institutional degeneration can continue advancing quietly while still appearing spiritually unified from the outside. I'm Dr. JWA, theologist. Like, subscribe, comment to educate me, share the video to help somebody else, and I'll see you in the next episode when the movement started watching itself.